Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Surviving Narcissism Together. I hope everyone is doing well today. The most powerful thing you can do after narcissistic abuse isn't revenge, but it's actually something called indifference. When you stop reacting, when you stop caring about what they say or what they do or whether they'll notice you, that's when the narcissist ultimately loses. Becoming indifferent isn't about being cold to the narcissist. It's about protecting your peace. So today, I want to share the 5 ways that helped me reach that place where the narcissist no longer controls my emotions or my energy. So the first way is to stop giving them emotional access. The narcissist doesn't need physical access to you. Instead, they feed on emotional access. Every time you react, every time you defend yourself or try to explain your side, though you might be correct, you're giving them fuel. See, I had to learn that silence is stronger than any argument. When they tried to provoke me through the smear campaigns, I stopped taking the bait. I'd literally say to myself that their chaos isn't mine to fix. At first it's hard. I do understand that because your body, it wants to react because you know that you did nothing wrong and that your reactions are valid. But once you start mastering that calm response, the narcissist starts losing control because your peace starts to confuse their ego. Another way is to stop explaining yourself. Narcissist twists everything. You can pour your heart out trying to make them understand, and they'll still spin it back. I learned the hard way that explaining myself was just handing them more ammunition. So I stopped. I stopped defending myself to people committed to misunderstanding me. Instead, I let my silence say it. I let my silence say, "You're not worth another explanation." And that was the day I started regaining my self-respect. In addition to this, is to shift the focus back to you. For so long, I lived in a reaction mode. Everything I did revolved around them. What they'd think, how they'd feel, what would make them angry. Maybe I could post myself looking happy and this would trigger them. I lost myself. I lost myself trying to prove that I was better off without them. Becoming indifferent meant turning the spotlight back on me. I started asking myself, what do I need right now? What makes me feel peaceful, proud, or alive? And I realized it was completely cutting them out, living for me, and not proving that I was doing better without them, because I was, and I didn't need to prove that to them. Once your energy stops revolving around them, they fade and fizzle away into the background, and they stop being the center of your story. Fourth way, it's a bit tough, but you must accept that the narcissist will never change. These are just how these creatures are wired. I know it hurts, but it's the only way you'll get your freedom. See, narcissists, they don't transform through love, patience, or proving your worth. They only quote-unquote change when it benefits them. And even that doesn't last. When I finally accepted the truth that I stopped hoping for closure, I stopped waiting for the apology that was never coming, and instead I gave myself the closure. That acceptance built emotional distance, and with it came indifference. And finally, build a life that feels safe and full. When your world stops revolving around the narcissist, there's a space to build something new. New routines, hobbies, peace, and self-trust. So the more joy you create, the less room there is for the narcissist to live in. Indifference grows when your life feels whole, not because they're gone, but because you finally returned to yourself. So take that energy they've once drained you from and pour it into your healing, your passions, and your peace. Remember, becoming indifferent doesn't mean you stopped caring about what happened. It means that you've healed past the need for their validation. You no longer need them to see your words. You no longer need to live around the narcissist. Indifference can be something very beautiful. If something good happened to the narcissist, you don't care. Similarly, if something bad happens to the narcissist, you may chuckle a bit, but you still don't care. And that's what it is to become indifferent. Your peace no longer depends on their chaos. And this is when the narcissist loses full control. So guys, thank you so much for watching, and if this video resonated with you, please like, comment, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Remember guys, healing, it may take some time, and I know the longer it takes, it may feel discouraging, but remember to be patient with this process as we are moving from survivors to thrivers to victors. Okay, so thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.